¿Qué onda, Elias? What's up, brother?
¿Qué estás haciendo, brother?
Aquí nomás, man. Tuning in con la gente aquí nomás. I told him we were going to give you a call, but I guess my phone number comes out as spam.
Estaré como spam de todo. No estoy hablando de spam.
Ya te iba a decir, hey, man, your car's extended warranty is up.
Sí, pinche warranty de volada.
I know. ¿Qué onda, brother? How have you been, man?
Been good, brother, been good. Aquí nomás estamos listos ahorita de un Sunday. Vamos a tocar allá en la Fort Texas.
Okay. Mucha ambiente por allá también, ¿verdad?
Yeah, vamos a tocar en la Fort, next weekend for the Fort Center.
Órale, man. Hey, bro, it's been a while now. It's
I know, brother.
It's been about a few years cuando estábamos ahí en el Kickapoo.
Yeah, I remember that, brother. ¿Qué has hecho, brother?
¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué has hecho? ¿Qué?
Nada, aquí nomás doing interviews on this little podcast que I've been doing, man, and DJing aquí y allá.
Órale.
Yeah, man. Y pues, how's everybody doing? I know you got your little thing going on ahí with the Homeboyz.
Yes, sir. Tenemos el grupo ahorita y luego, pues ahorita, pues el manager viene siendo Jumba.
Ajá.
Jumba González, que viene siendo Jimmy González Jr.
Sí, Jumba. Yeah, he's él también, he was like a manager también con Jimmy, ¿que no?
Sí, era el hijo de Jimmy González and also his manager.
Está bien, man. That's good, man. You got somebody good behind you, bro.
Yes, sir. Ahí tenemos la mera pipa.
La mera pipa.
La mera pipa.
Sí. Now tell me, bro, how long has the band been together, man?
Man, actually, believe it or not, next weekend, brother, is going to be our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary, man. That's
next weekend. That's going to be the first anniversary, bro, the Homeboyz.
Sí, no, qué bueno, man. Good thing, you guys. Now, Elias, I wanted to ask you, man, how long have you been singing, brother?
Sí, hombre, man. Sí, ya, desde 19, tíralo.
Sí, 19, throw it away, como dicen.
19, throw it away. Now, I've been singing since probably about 4 years old.
4 years old, so comenzaste como los, como Bobby Brown ahí en las calles, ¿que no?
Sí, chiquitillo, no, pero es que I was actually, the story is funny, brother, porque I was chiquitillo, and I was playing with my little cars on the ground. Not on the ground, on the carpet. Your jefe used to love listening to records. Y estaba escuchando, he was listening to Vicente Fernández on records, and he was sitting there watching me play. Y luego he would hear me singing the song. So he would turn it down a little bit, and I didn't know what he was doing though. And he was listening to me singing, and he would turn put the song on again, and turn it off, and I would sing the whole song. Y luego me decía, cántale, mijo. And I would start singing. Y he put on another song, and I would start listening to that one. Y cántale, mijo, and I'll be singing it. Well, de ahí se fue, brother, where he ended up getting me some little charro uniforms.
Uh-huh.
Y he would take me to some aficionados in Fort Worth. Me llevaba a los aficionados, and when I was at the aficionados, I would be at the aficionados. It was like, I was like 5 years old, something like that. 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 at the most. No, it had to be 5. Y I would be sitting bro, at the aficionados, and we'd be like sitting on the window, but and he had to wake up at 4 in the morning to go to work. Pero no le importaba, he wanted me to shine. Es lo que decía. Y luego me llevaba también a los aficionados. Back in the day, era un triato que tomaba cada triato, which was right across from the university.
Yeah.
We used to have aficionados bastante mal. Y ahí me llevaba los Mondays, Wednesdays over there at the Samba Lounge. con la empresa Salinas, que era Dick Salinas y Gabriel Salinas. Eran los más grandes de Fort Worth at that time, los más grandes promotores y todo eso. And he took me there, and then he took me to another place in Dallas on Thursday night. But on Thursday night, hombre, los aficionados wasn't until about 12:30 at night. And like I said, Thursday night, the next day I had to go to school, como quiera. He was still talking. And haciendo todos los aficionados y todo eso que tienen con mariachi. And ended up winning a lot of, trophies and all that when I was a kid for singing. And I always said that they just gave it to me because I was a kid, not because I was actually good. That's what I always said. Y luego, ya por fin, got into it with a group. Not into it, but got in with a group. Y tocamos, el grupo se llamaba Grupo Revolver, eso back in the late 70s.
No, hombre, como los tiempos de antes, cuando dejaban los chiquillos que eran cantantes entrar a los clubs, a las cantinas. That's what they called back in the day.
Back in the day, it was totally different. Y sang with them for about a year, and then got signed up with a promoter de aquí de Dallas, que se llamaba Alberto Vázquez el Torito.
Uh-huh.
And he took me on tour for a little bit to different in Texas. Y él tenía lo que se llamaba una caravana. That's what they used to call it back in the days. Y nos llevaba a la caravana artística. It was me, it was Rosita Juárez, Alisa Sanchez. I forgot what the cuates' names were. There were two guys that used to sing también, bailarines. And Graciela Melgaret. There was a lot of us. Con todos.
Sí,
y
sí.
We would go perform everywhere and anywhere, brother. And as I got older and older, pues, I mean, I got into Tejano music. This was back in 87, 88. That's when I first started listening to Tejano music.
Do you remember who was the first Tejano band you heard?
Oh, man. At that time, era La Mafia, brother.
Oh, man.
Era La Mafia y el Grupo Más. Those were the first two bands that I ever heard.
Two powerhouses.
And the one that I heard from Más was, that's the very first song that I heard from Más was Este amor que tengo yo, si sabe quererme. That's the very first one that I ever heard from them. And the very first one that I heard from La Mafia was Tengo un amor que está conmigo, que me acompaña donde quiera que yo voy. And this was like back in the day, man. Back in the day. And then after that, I still kept listening to it. There was a radio station that was out here out of Dallas. And I would listen to La Sombra, I would listen to Homeboyz and La Mafia and everything like that. And then slowly but surely started listening to Conjunto. Uh-huh. Because I've always heard Conjunto music, because Conjunto, whether it's traditional style Tejano Conjunto or regional Mexican, it's still Conjunto. One reason why, because that's some of the bands that just play the accordion and bajo sexto, and that's it. So the deal is, I started getting real heavy into a group that was called the Hometown Boys.
Yeah.
Yes, but before they were the Hometown Boys, when I was listening to them, they were called Joe, Joe, Ricky, y el Grupo Internacional. That's what they used to be called before they were the Hometown Boys. Y nombre tenían canciones que they had keyboard in the band at that time. And I remember listening to them. Y luego, surely they transitioned, got rid of the keyboard, and just kept the accordion and bajo sexto, and they got more involved into their music. Because I've always liked the accordion, I've always liked the bajo. And started listening to their music a lot. Well, como de juguete o algo así, I guess it was una broma. I was helping out a friend of mine. He does promotions here in Fort Worth. He was throwing an event in downtown Fort Worth, and I helped him out for the event. It just so happens that the Hometown Boys were performing, and I got to meet Bobby Martinez at that time. And at that time, they had just got through losing their singer, Marky D. He had left. También had left. They had another guy singing with them, and they weren't really doing that well. And the promoter was the one that was mad. And that he told hey, man, I don't know why you didn't tell me that you lost your finger, this man. I wouldn't have hired you in this man, blah, blah, blah. And they, I don't know, they had their conversation, whatever. Y como de costumbre, like I said, just so happens the promoter goes, well, he sings, bro. He's right outside. He sings and this and that. And Bobby goes, he sings? Well, let me have his number. So he got my number. Like a week later, me habló Bobby. And he goes, hey, brother. He goes, it's Bobby Martinez, Homeboyz. And I said, hey, what's going on, brother? How'd you get my number? Y me dijo, pues el promoter de last week. Dije, bueno, está bien. He goes, hey, man, I heard you sing. I said, well, it's a rumor, man. I don't know if it's true or not. Se empieza a reír. Y luego, he goes, would you like to start to sing about auditioning? Y dije, pues, ¿o le van a tocar o qué? Dije, they said they were playing in San Antonio at Grand. Y le dije, no, hombre, man, le dije, está muy lejos, brother. Le dije, mira, ¿cuándo vienen para acá para acá? Just in case I don't make it with the band. He started laughing. And then he goes, you're not confident or what? Like, sí, I'm confident, man, pero pues, I don't make it out because he like the way I fingers my band. I don't want to drive too far. And we'll be in Dallas the following weekend. Dije, ahora está bien. So they came to Dallas. I auditioned with them. Y the rest of the history, brother, I was with them for a long, long time. Grabé 3 CDs con ellos. The first one that I recorded with them was Cargando la Bandera. The second one that I recorded was Simplemente el Jefe. And the last one that I recorded was Manteniendo la Promesa.
Uh-huh.
And pues acabó el contrato, brother. Acabó el contrato. I ended up going my separate way. But not because of the fact that, anything bad or whatever. It just acabó el contrato, and the deal is they wanted to give somebody else an opportunity to come in. I guess to make the industry grow, kind of like the way David Lee does.
Yeah.
He's helped out the industry so much by so many wonderful singers, from Ram, Emilio, Jake Bettis, Mark Ledesma, Marcos Orozco. So many artists that he's helped out so much. And it's helped out the industry because the industry has grown ever since then. So they wanted to give somebody else an opportunity to come in. And that's how it goes solo. So I've had it around for a little while, like MTV, pero no me gustó cómo salió. I really didn't like the way it came out.
Yeah.
Y tuvo más o menos. Saqué el segundo CD y ese sí me gustó. Pero now that I joined up with the guys over here, actually the actual owners of the band is myself, ELIAS ARRENDONDO, and the drummer, Roman Reyes. We're both co-owners of the band, the Homeboyz. Teamed up with Roman, man. Roman is hijo de la madre, man. He's very talented, brother. Very talented. The guy plays, whatever you put in front of him, he'll play it. Si le pones una tambourine, te lo toca también. Sí. But, he does, man. He plays the bajo, he plays the bass, he plays the accordion, he plays the drums, like todo, man. Todo toca. Everything he plays. And actually, his family is Richard Rosales. His cousin is Richard Rosales, first cousin from Grupo Signo, the bajo player.
Yeah, the bajo sexto player from Signo.
Yeah, that's Roman's cousin. Y los dos son de un pueblito chiquillo, man, de probably about maybe 1,200 people population in a little bitty town que se llama Hollis, Oklahoma.
I've been through, I've passed through there, man, y pues cuando vas por ahí, por el pueblo, do not blink because it is really small.
Pues ahí es donde creció Roman. Y pues yo originalmente, pues del Valle, ¿verdad? Originalmente fue de Mercedes, Texas. Ahí es donde primero abrí los ojos en Mercedes, Texas. So I'm soy del Bayuco. I was born and raised up there in the valley. I loved it. Y pues me trajeron cuando era chiquitillo para acá, para Fort Worth. I've been here ever since, pero pues puedes sacar like the way they say, you can take the man out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the man.
Exactly.
I've always been a humble person. Toda la gente de Valle son bien humildes, man. They profession, whatever they got, and even the shirt off their back. And I've always been the same way. I'm always going to stay the same way. Anybody who needs help, lo que sea, yo siempre les ayudo en cualquier cosita que pueda. I've always stayed humble, and I'm always going to stay humble. My feet are always on the ground. I'm always looking toward the sky to try to see how high I can go, to try to see how high we can all go in this band. But the deal is our feet are still planted on the ground because we know exactly where we came from and where we want to go. But the deal is, no matter what, our feet are never going to fly off the ground. They're always going to stay on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know if you remember, man, back in 2000, I want to say 2010.
Yeah.
10 or 11, one of those two, you guys played in Bradenton, Florida.
Oh, yeah, sí me acuerdo.
I did it. That was, I did an interview with you guys, and that's when I was just barely starting off with interviews and stuff, man. And if you want to hear an acapella de Elias Arredondo, go to my YouTube. My YouTube,
Oh my
True
God.
Players Entertainment. Ahí está, man.
No, hombre, you saved it, brother. Hombre, I'm surprised they didn't ban you.
I know. And fíjate, bro, and that's when you guys just released Simplemente El Jefe.
Yes.
It was just barely fresh.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember that, man. And I was like, but the first time I seen you guys was in like 2010. You guys played in Tampa, Florida.
Yes, I remember that. Era cuando estábamos con Amex Records, que era la disquera de Gary Hobbs.
Gary Hobbs, yeah.
Ya estábamos ahí. Hombre, te digo, man, being in the studio was fun allá, man, because we would go to the studio, que ahí está la Águila, te digo, Pass. And literally, brother, right across the street, kind of like Kenny Corner from the studio. Not far, man. Literally walking distance, you'll make it within 25 paces, less de volada. Pero, man, venden unos tacos ahí, brother, se llaman mariachi tacos. No, hombre, man, sabrosísimos, brother. Y cuando estás en la border, brother, todas las tortillas son frescas, están hechas ahí a mano.
Oh, so, yeah, I remember when we were at the Kickapoo, we went to go eat there real quick.
Yeah, I remember
that's
that.
When,
mariachi tacos, man.
Yeah, that's when Ray, Ray Cifuentes.
Oh, yeah.
Decided to kind of disrobe in the check-in.
I remember that. No, he's so funny, man. He's actually really down to earth, bro. Really down to earth. Man, I mean, with him, it's just funny, man, because he's actually really, really funny. Another talented guy también, though, brother. Man. I mean, I helped him out también por un año.
Sí.
Pero hombre, very talented guy también, man. He plays a lot. He plays the accordion. His first love was the bajo, though, from what I've heard of. That's his very first love was the bajo flexo.
Yeah.
And then from there, he jumped on the accordion, of course, and then he plays the bass. So he's been very talented, man. Very talented guy, man. Yeah,
he's very talented. That night, it was in sound check when he was playing the bass.
Yeah.
He went from bajo sexta to bass. I remember that.
Calla loco, Ray.
Sí, ese vato. No, pero saludos a Ray Cifuentes. If he hears this, unos saludos para ti, bro.
Yeah, definitely. No, si no lo oye, ahorita le digo que lo escuche.
Sí. No, okay, now, Elias, tell me, man, you joined the Hometown Boys in what year?
Oh, brother, that was back in 2000. Era 2009, 2008, something like that. It was 2008 or 2009. I think it was the early, leaving 2008, going into 2009. Y no, duré mucho tiempo con ellos, brother. Casi 9, 10 años.
Sí, you were there. You were with them for a good minute, man. And
yeah.
What was the craziest thing you seen out in the road, man?
Oh my God, dude, the craziest thing I've ever seen on the road with the Hometown Boys. Una vez, well, we're headed to Monterrey, brother. We're headed to Monterrey. Y llegamos allá a la frontera y we left our van at the border, and they picked us up in the Mexican van. You know, the one that they picked us up in. Y ahí vamos, man, a todo lo que da la van. I'm talking. I don't even have a chance to look at the trees, man. Porque you know how you go tree. No se ve nada, man. Porque vamos volando. I looked at the speedometer and it said 110.
Sí.
Y sí, va volando el chavo en la van, man. I'm going past the cars that they're standing still. Y when we're at the border, primeramente, when we're at the border, we're leaving. I don't know if you've ever been to Mexico or not like that, pero ahí en la frontera, when you cross the border and you go into Mexico, hombre, está terrible el tráfico, and the deal is everybody drives crazy. Nomás se meten para un lado, para el otro, dan para este, para el otro.
Y así se pasan. They just keep going. I mean, they just jump in from one lane to the other. So este ya estaba impuesto. So he jumped in there from one lane to the other. I just remember being in the back seat going, hijo, I didn't know how I was going to die. This is the way I'm going to die. I didn't know that. Estaba de risa. Y luego, we finally get to a place que se llama Magos. It's right in between Reynosa and Monterrey. We stopped over there, and they're the best burgers in the world. Pero here's the crazy part. Like I said, we're driving, dude, and we're driving fast. Vamos rápido otra vez. And the tire blows out, papa. The tire blows out. Y damos como 3 vueltas, papa. Damos 3 vueltas. And then literally the van, like, did 3 turns. Not flipped over, like that. They went como like donuts. That van did like 3 donuts over there. No. And yo tenía el zipper en la boca. I was like, hijo de la madre. I was like, este zipper me lo voy a tragar ahorita. And then we got off the van. Y, hombre, el rim, the whole rim was melted on el pavimento. Because, like I said, we're going fast. Yeah. Y cuando dio la vuelta las 3 donuts y nos bajamos de la pinche donut, the tire's completely gone, and the rim is melted. But we get off, and this so happens that there's some people that are coming in a bus, that are coming over there, like the transportes. And the guy flags them down, y la fregada, he gives them like $200, and we all jump in the bus con the equipment y todo, y vámonos, cabrón, we take off. And we go toward Monterrey, brother. El hombre, todo bien chistoso, man. There was another incident that happened one time, but I have to tell you that. Off the air on that one.
Sí, no, para la gente que no sabe, cuando andas cruzando la frontera, pues my experience has been right there in Piedras, right there in the, literally right across the Eagle Pass, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
People are crazy, dude. At the stop signs, dicen altos, pero hey, that means go faster.
Sí, for some reason they don't alto at all.
And God forbid if you do stop, you have people jumping on your cars trying to wash your windshields, vendiéndote chicles.
Te quieren vender todo just to try to get your money. And I mean, that's the one thing that I really, really love, bro, de Mexico. Not downsizing anything here in the U.S. I was born in the U.S. and I love the U.S. more than anything in the world. Pero the deal is, allá en Mexico, brother, es otra cosa, because allá en Mexico, they don't ask for money, bro. They don't stand on the side of the road with a sign and look for food or asking for money or whatever. They want to sell you something. And I've gotten some bad looks and everything like that, because there's sometimes that I give them money and I don't take what they're trying to sell. No, nomás que eso con la feria. And they look at me real mean, like, no, you're gonna take this, because they want an honest buck for something that they're honestly either selling or doing.
Yep.
And the deal is, aquí en Estados Unidos I've visto mucho where they just ask for money and that's it. Pero allá, hombre, es otra cosa, and they'll sell you stuff. And like I said, if you try to give them like a handout, se enojan, brother, se enojan.
Oh yeah, they do. Really, I ran into this kid. I want to say he was about at least 10, 12 years old.
Sí.
And bro, he can probably sell ice to an Eskimo. He was that good that he was estaba vendiendo unas rosas.
Ajá.
En ese tiempo, pues todavía estaba mi madrecita viva, ¿verdad? And I wanted to get her something nice, so there's this kid, and he's basically throwing me a sales pitch, man, and I ended up buying like 5 roses off of him.
No, that come madre. They can sell you, bro. They can sell you. And believe it or not, dude, I did that cuando estaba in college.
Ajá.
Pues no podía trabajar mucho because pues I was full time. Pues I could work, but I had to be part time.
Sí.
Pero the crazy thing about it, bro, is that I actually went dumpster diving, pero not for food or nothing like that. No. I went to a place that it's like a floral distributor or algo así,
uh-huh.
Y me metí a la dumpster, y saqué todas las rosas. They thought they were dying or whatever. Las moché, las metí en una cubeta con agua y con aspirinas, y they bloomed up real nice. And I would sell them on 6th Street, bro. I would sell them on 6th Street. Y el gimmick mío era compadre, la gimmick, because I would tell them, I would walk up to the girl and go, here you go, I'm not even charging for that. I'm charging this one right here. Yeah, así era el gimmick. No, hombre, estaba terrible. It was fun, man, because I did sell a lot of them.
Ya me imagino tú ahí con el trim's coat. Hey, you want to buy a rose?
No, pero te digo, imagínate, brother, no, pero that is funny. The things that you do in life, brother, just to try to see about making an honest buck. Because I mean, I could have easily turned to, stealing stuff or whatever like that. But the deal is, my parents brought me up a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
I've never been the kind of person, if you left there, I don't know. The one thing that I do is I will try to figure out, because in this world, brother, there's many ways to make money. You just really got to stop and think about it on how you're going to do it. But there's a lot of ways to make money.
Oh, yeah. The first time, the way I made money in the business, in the music business.
Yeah.
And I seen this one time when I went to see Michael Salgado.
Orale.
I was selling Polaroid pictures.
Ah, orale.
So
yeah, because that's right. Mikey does charge for his pictures. That's right.
And I remember one time, because my brother, he's into radio and DJ, and I mean, so do I. Pero this was way before smartphones, flip phones. Tenía los teléfonos.
Oh, yeah.
And no, hombre, I was, the club that we were at was always bring bands. And what I would do is I'd be like, hey, $10, porque estaba otro señor who would sell them, but he would sell them high. And I guess one night he didn't show up, and I had a Polaroid camera. Oh, no, hombre, bro. Todos los grupos que habían, and people wanted pictures, and people paid for it, man. But now ya tienen,
they would.
Ahora sí ya tienen los smartphones, and Polaroid cameras kind of went out of style.
Sí, of course. No, pues ya no, pues todos tienen digital y todo eso. So yeah, it's a lot different.
Sí, no, y pues ahí with the Hometown Boys, you had mentioned, ¿verdad, que you guys went your different ways. And then there's a song that I like, bro, that you recorded. And hasta ahorita is one of my favorites. It's called Fruta Pro Evita.
Oh, my God, yeah. 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 Ya sé cuál es. Esa, fíjate, brother, I didn't have anybody to help me out with that because I didn't have, I didn't have any musicians. I didn't do nothing like that. Fui y hablé con Eddie. Hablé con Eddie Pérez, el de La Calma,
sí.
Which is now the record label that we're with ahorita, La Llave Music Group. Y hablé con Eddie, and le dije, hey, Eddie, I want to try to see if I record a song. This is the song that I want to record. Le di la música y todo eso. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, I got some guys over here. So he called up some guys. Y me la grabó. So all I had to do was go in there, gatero karaoke, brother, go in there and just record my vocals. That's all I had to do.
Sí.
Y la grabé allá en New Braunfels. I had to go all the way to New Braunfels to go ahead and record it. Y everybody seemed to like the song. Y hablé con un camarada mío que se llama Mike Pritchett, de un bolillo. Real good friend of mine. He actually plays with two bands ahorita. He plays with a band called Randy Rogers Band, and then he'll help out Brandon Lambert también. He's a real excellent bass player. Y es buen camarada mío aquí en Fort Worth. Pues hablé con él y me hizo un video. Y he goes, yeah, man, I'll make you a video, dude. So me hizo el video for that song, que era la Fruta Pro Evita. And everybody seemed to like that song because they always ask for it. No más que pues el grupo no lo ha ensayado, pero let us practice a little bit. We'll pull it out.
Yeah, I remember, pues como te digo, we performed together right there at the, and I don't think I ever told you thank you, bro, for letting me animar with the band at the time.
Oh, yeah, no, brother. No, dude, that was badass. Brother.
I appreciate it. Yeah, but esa noche we had a few people come up and ask for it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we had a few people and ask for it, and I guess at the time, I think somebody didn't really know the song too well, so I mean we had a.
Yeah, no la tocamos, that's
Yeah.
right, porque aquel no se la sabía, el drummer.
Yeah.
El drummer no se la sabía, that's all like, la madre. I said, they would have for that song. No, nadie se la sabe, escuchamos aquí no se la sabe.
Sí.
Claro, no, pero te digo. No, but it's been fun, brother. It's been fun. I mean, there's just a lot of things, ahorita salí para afuera, pero está bien frío. Está bien frío para acá, para North Texas ahorita, está bien frío ahorita.
Uh-huh.
Según que van a esperar nieve tonight. That's what they were saying.
Oh,
that
man.
It's supposed to snow tonight. So crazy because it'll snow tonight, y luego next week it's spring break.
Sí. No, was it a few years ago que it snowed? You know, it snowed really good, man. Todos en jackets and pants and scarves y todo. Y el siguiente día estábamos en shorts.
No, pues ayer, brother, ayer en el trabajo, donde estoy trabajando ahorita, they had the Indy car because they sponsored that company that I work for. They sponsored, the Indy.
Uh-huh.
And they had their own racing car y todo. Y they brought the Indy car over there so everybody could see it. And they had a truck over there that was giving out snow cones. Estaba bien bonito ayer. It was nice and warm yesterday. Bien bonito. It was like 75 or something. Y that noche, so basically we ate snow cones during the day. Y at night we had abuelitas chocolate porque estaba bien frío de madre anoche cuando salimos.
Ay, no, como dicen el tiempo, ¿qué es that word that they use out there en Piedras? Algo loca. Basically like crazy weather.
Yeah.
Porque no sabes around this time, porque a lo mejor está frío ahorita y mañana vas a estar caliente, vas a estar ahí con la next to the dog, next to the water bowl. Hey,
sí, hombre. Está como un camarada talking to him ayer, actually. I talked to him. Real good friend of mine, man. And believe it or not, man, es judío, pero the name is what throws me off, his name. Porque I had to ask him for his driver's license. I didn't believe him. I thought he was playing around. Pero este chavo se llama Aaron Rodgers.
Sí.
Y igualito como el de
Como los de Green Bay.
Sí, igualito que el de Green Bay, quarterback de Green Bay, así se llama idéntico. So I didn't believe him at first. I was like, nah, man, you're playing around with me, bro. Y que me sacaron licencia, they showed me, no, mire, sí, es Aaron Rodgers. Le dije, este vato. Y luego, that's pretty much it. Pero the one thing that he made me laugh on was the fact is that he liked listening to Tejano music. He liked listening to country. He liked listening to everything. Pues este me estaba hablando ayer and he goes, yeah, dude, because I remember when I was a kid, because he's real young, I think he's like 25, I don't know. Well, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, I got baptized in a horse trough. And I go, what? Because the church that he went to was one of those, those country churches.
Uh-huh.
And that's where they baptized them. They baptized them in a horse trough. And I was like, how did it?
Hey, the horse trough can be more than one thing. It can be your bathtub, your swimming pool. If you have an imagination, it can be anything you want it to be.
Sí. Pues ahí sale he was telling me about that, like, hombre, te sales. But no, it is true. He showed me pictures of they baptized them in the horse trough. So I was like, I'm not funny.
Yeah.
¿Y cómo está la abuela? ¿Ahorita no estás tú, hombre?
Ahorita, fíjate, bro, I'm actually at work and, pues I'm a truck driver and I'm over here in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Y no, hombre, ahorita está caliente.
Really?
Yeah.
Llévate este viento para allá para Tennessee, brother.
Sí, ahorita ando en shorts, no, hombre, está bien caliente, no, hombre, a lo mejor ahorita comienzo a correr en calzones, no sé.
Hombre, cállate los ojos. It's awesome, brother, it's awesome.
Sí.
Awesome.
Pero...
No, pero a ver qué pasa.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother, go ahead.
Pues sí, oye, Elias, también te iba a preguntar, brother, the way I mean, I don't want you to give out too many secrets, ¿verdad? Because, you know, everybody has their own way, man. But la cosa es de que, bro, warming up your voice, bro. What techniques do you do, you know, para que no se te duele la garganta, or do you have to drink unos shots, you know, to warm up the vocal cords?
Believe it or not, brother, you're gonna laugh at this, okay? Believe it or not. I'll be backstage, and when I'm backstage, I like to be way in the very, very back, away from everybody else. And I get a balloon, bro. I get a balloon, and I blow into the balloon, and I exhale the balloon. I blow into the balloon, and I exhale the balloon. And that's what I do. I blow the balloon and exhale the balloon. Kind of like if I'm blowing the balloon up, but then I suck all the air out. Then I blow the balloon up, and I'll suck all the air out. Y luego, after I'm done with that, I'll just be in a corner somewhere or something, and I'll just be like, ma, 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 ma. And then I'll just go a little higher, ma, 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 ma. and I'll just be like, ma. I'll just be doing some crazy stuff, man. And everybody started laughing at me.
Yeah, fíjate, I gotta... go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's why I get away from everybody, brother, porque no se burla tan loco.
Sí, fíjate, I got a quick story about that. I seen somebody do it. Is a good buddy of mine, Jesse Turner. And I seen him doing that, and I was sitting right next to him, and he was doing that, but he would blow up the balloon, and he would hit me with the balloon. Because he wanted to get a reaction out of me, and I'm like, bro, it's not gonna work. And he would do it, and I had my key in my hand, and he went to blow the balloon, and I gently tapped the balloon, and it popped. He's like, I wasn't gonna hit you this time.
No, every musician should do that, man. I mean, as long as you're the vocalist, every musician should do that. It helps you out with your breathing, and then of course when you ba 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 ba, that helps you out with your intonation. So that helps you out a lot. Every musician that's out there that's listening to me right now, that's a vocalist, that is what you need to do to get your voice strong, be able to have enough breath to go ahead and, you know, sing the verses that you got to sing. If you got to hit one of the highest notes that you got to hit, that helps out as well too. I mean, there's a lot of techniques that you can do as a vocalist to go ahead and help you out.
Sí. There's a lot of ways. Y pues yo, pues, I'm not one to sing porque it kind of sounds como el gato muerto que se levanta y dice, hey, ya cállate.
No, it's fun though, brother. Everything that musicians go through, man, is just fun because I was talking to one of my cousins. He just passed away from COVID. Not too long ago, probably about maybe 3 months ago. Yeah, 3 months ago. He actually, back in the day, man, he used to play with El Charro Negro.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he played with El Charro Negro. He also played with Freddie Martinez. I mean, he played with all these different bands. And he was the one that was talking to me. I would talk to him all the time, man. Todo el tiempo hablaba con él, man. He was one of my cousins that I would talk to all the time. That since we were both musicians, we had so much to talk about.
Yeah.
When he passed away, man, it hit me kind of hard because I mean, I lost that person that I'm going to talk to now, and I mean, I used to call him almost every week, man, and we would talk about stuff about, you know, being on the road and how did he handle these situations and everything like that. So, like I said, when he passed away, it kind of hit me hard because, you know, I lost not only, you know, a family relative, but I also lost my best friend that I talked to about that stuff. And it's just like I said, I used to listen to him because he inspired me. Because, like I said, he was been a musician ever since he was like real little. And so like I said, it kind of hit me hard. But the deal is, he was telling me one time. I remember one time he was telling me a story, and I was like, man, you know what? You're actually right, primo. And he started laughing. He goes, I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Bueno, pues the story goes like this. It goes, you could be in the bus, you could be in the van, you could be in whatever you travel around in. And as you get older, your conversations change.
Yeah.
And he goes, when you're young, you're like, oye, man, viste aquella viejona, me estaba bien bonita. And then as you get older, you're sitting there talking to your buddy, and you're like, oye, ¿qué te estás tomando tú para la otra prisión? I'm not laughing. I'm like, dude, you're so freaking right, man. It's gonna happen. But
A rato vas a estar, hey, what kind of tennis balls do you use on your walker?
Te digo. And it's just funny. It's funny, man, because, like I said, thinking from one musician to another, he tells you how things were and how things are gonna be and all of that. So it kind of it opened up my eyes because I'm like, man, he's absolutely right, man. Because as a musician, you don't really think that far ahead. You're just like, at that moment, you're wondering what you're gonna sing next. As far as like recording wise, what's your next big hit that you're gonna record, or what you're thinking about songs that you're writing, or something like that. But nothing comes to mind about how am I gonna be in 15 years from now? What's gonna happen? Am I still gonna be on the road? Am I gonna be old now? And something like that. And so yeah, he opened up my eyes for that song. And I was like, man, he's absolutely right. But it's funny though.
Yeah, it is, man. The conversations, man. I try having conversations with other people about, the stuff that I've gone through, the artists that I've met, and it doesn't compare to nothing when you lose somebody who's close to you, and you sharing stories like that and things like that, man. And when we feel sorry, bro, losing a family member, I know what it is, to lose, both my parents and things like that, man. And all that happened, fíjate how weird this is, man. My mom passed away July 2nd, 2018.
I'm sorry about that, brother. I'm sorry about that.
And fíjate, bro, 2 years later, on the same exact day, my dad passed away too, due to cancer. Man. In the middle of the pandemic, bro, and somehow, and fíjate, bro, I love DJing. I love the music industry. I love it. I'm not a, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not a people person.
Yeah, of course.
And I stay away from people as much as I can. It's it's nothing personal, but la cosa, I somehow got COVID, man. I do not know how, but yeah, somehow I got it, and when I found out, because I would talk to my dad about music.
It could be anything. It could be anything, though, brother. Just open up a doorknob, you can catch it, because somebody might have coughed on it, and you don't know.
Yeah, and like you, bro, my dad was basically my best friend. I would talk to him about music, and I mean, I'm not great at the accordion, but I know a couple songs, and my dad would talk to me about it. He played in a band in Piedras long time ago. He would play the saxophone, and when in the middle of all that, July 2nd, 2020, I was like literally passed out, dude, because I was like on Tylenol. I was on NyQuil, and my phone would go off, man. And I got that phone call, hey, your dad passed away. But yeah, man. And a question, man. When the whole pandemic started, man, how did it affect you guys?
Actually, believe it or not, brother, it affected every musician and every band out there. And the reason why is because the fact is that, of course, people weren't able to go out, to the clubs or to, the bailes, whatever. They couldn't go out. So the deal is, it actually affected a lot of musicians, a lot of on the road musicians. I mean, the ones that are just, the weekend, something like that. Like myself, I mean, I still have my day job and all that. Although, I mean, I call it a day job, but I mean, it's actually a night job because I work second shift.
Yeah.
But people that were on the actual, on the road musicians are the ones that really, it hurt the most. Like Tejano, ELIAS, and we're not Jay, but I mean, everybody that's on just on the road musicians, it affected them very dearly, man, because the fact that that's basically their bread and butter. That's their
that's how they make money. That's how they support their family. That's how they pay the bills. That's how they do everything. So the deal is, it affected a lot of people a lot. I mean, it really didn't affect me too much because the fact is that, I mean, it affected me, but it didn't, if that makes any sense, because it did affect me because I wasn't able to go perform, and I love performing. But it didn't affect me because I still had my regular day job. But like I said, it doesn't really matter if I have my day job or not. I mean, performing is something that we love to do. Performing is something that we enjoy, and it's basically in our blood. We can get a blood transfusion, and no matter what, it's still going to be in there. We're still going to want to go out there and play. And being up there on stage, brother, I don't know if I speak for all of my fellow musicians out there, but being on stage, brother, to me, it just feels like a big freedom. Like, I don't know, brother. It doesn't feel like I'm up there, being the person that everybody sees up there. It just feels like I'm free. Like I can just be myself. Most people say that, and I didn't quite grasp it at one point where they say, man, I just feel like, the world lifted off my shoulders. And one day I just really start to reflect on it, and brother, it does, man. It really does. It really does feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. It feels like you're free at that particular moment in time. You're free and you can be yourself. I mean, and like I said, since I've been singing since I was little, I enjoy, singing. I enjoy talking there. I mean, and performing and singing and making people laugh, making people want to dance, making people. Because every time you go to a dance, bro, you got to start to think about it. I mean, it's like a regular job. If you're a manager at a regular job, you got to deal with a lot of different emotions of what somebody's going through that day. Whether it could be heartache, whether it could be, happiness, it could be sadness, it can be pissed off, whatever. You can have that same kind of reaction at a dance. There's some people that you don't know what they're going through out there. Yeah, they're at the dance or event, but maybe they're there because their significant other wanted them to go, but they don't feel like being there because they're mad or they're sad or, something. You know what I mean? You get a different reaction in a lot of different places. It could be the same thing at a dance. That's why sometimes you go to see dances like that, you see them fight because you don't know the different reactions how everybody's feeling.
Yeah.
So I try to go ahead and when we're at the performance, I like to go ahead and sing every song that I can. Either forget about their problems, just get out there and have a good time, even if it's for 2 hours and we're performing. Try to make them laugh by saying something dumb in between one of our songs. Something just to make them forget about things. Make them forget about life for a little while. Just out there and have a good time. And that's why I have that luxury and that freedom of being able to do that when they go see us. So the deal is, I want them to feel the same exact luxury that I feel. That's why I'm saying that I'm always going to stay humble because I want the people to enjoy the same thing that I'm enjoying.
Yep, exactly. And I don't know if you remember. I mean, it was a long time ago, so I highly doubt you remember half the stuff I said when we're on stage together, man.
Oh, I do, brother. I do remember a little bit. Not too much, but it was a little bit. But I remember you filming. I remember you were filming or going live or something like that while you were on the microphone, man.
Yeah, man. Because I
remember that. I remember that.
It's always been a dream of mine that to be on stage and como dices, man, is like you want to get people out of whatever it is that they're going through.
They're in.
Yeah,
because everybody could be in a different type of funk, and you try to get them out of that.
Exactly, man. And I mean, I've heard a lot of great animadores throughout all my time, bro, and it's like a guy who used to be a wrestling manager. He said, if you steal from one person, that's plagiarism. But if you steal from a few, that's called research.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. And I mean, that's what I did. I took a few from Signal's playbook, a good Arturo Solis. I took a few out of his, some of the stuff that you used to say, man.
Yeah, I'm listening. We do. Whenever I say something on stage, brother, it's just something that just came out at the spur of the moment. I did not sit in front of a mirror and try to go ahead and memorize this or say, oh, I'm going to say this, or I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this. It's just whatever happens at
that particular moment, you know, it just comes out. I mean,
Yeah.
And that's when it's the best, because when you rehearse too much or you rehearse too many things and like that, it's not going to go the way you planned it. And then you're going to be like, man, I should have done this, or I should have done this, or whatever, man. Just let it flow. Whatever comes out of the spur of the moment, let it be. Let it happen.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's I've invented a few sayings myself. You know, while I've been up on stage or when I've been out DJing and stuff, man. And people are like, man, dude, that was funny, or like, man, I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. That's like me. We got our slogans in the band right now.
Yeah.
And the slogans, we got several of them, of course. We made a lot of them already. We made so many of them that we forget about at the time. But it's, like some of the slogans that we have is the Homeboyz, you know, ain't no party like a Homeboyz party.
Yeah.
And everybody decided to go ahead and say, "Y'all, man, y'all got the Homeboyz. Y'all was a C, right?" So we decided to go ahead and say the Homeboyz was a mother effing C. That's another slogan that we got.
I think I seen that on TikTok, bro.
Yeah, we got that. Y lo otro también es well, like I said, Homeboyz, ain't no party like a Homeboyz party. Homeboyz with a mother effing C. When I say Homeboyz, you say rock. Homeboyz rock. Homeboyz rock. The other slogan that we got is our manager is better than your manager, because I don't know if you've seen any of our videos that we got. Look at our TikTok page, brother, and you're going to see a video of our manager, Jukebug, walking out with a big old case of beer. And he's walking around waving at everybody, telling everybody, because when they walk out, he turns around and flips them and all. So we're like, our manager's better than your manager. So we have that slogan on the end. And Jukebug just loves being on the road with us, man, and we enjoy him being on the road with us, man. Whenever there's a couple of times that he doesn't go on the road with us, man, and we're just like, "Oh, where's our manager at?" We miss him a lot, dude, when he's not with us. And when he's with us, man, we have a blast, man. Because you can never take a good picture of Jukebug. Never.
Yeah.
Every time you try to take a picture of him, he's gonna flip you off. So you can never get a good picture of Jukebug. He's always gonna flip you off. That's just Jukebug.
Ese Jukebug es otra cosa, hombre, te digo.
He's just so funny, man. He's so funny. And every time we play somewhere, whether it be like private event or something like that, and they have cake, hombre, that's the phone loud, brother. He's gonna go get some. And then I go, "What are you doing, brother?" If you look at our TikTok page, you're gonna see all the crazy stuff that we do, because it's on our TikTok page. All of our stuff we have, kind of like what Signal has, because ours is the Homeboyz Adventure. I mean,
Sí.
we do all kinds of crazy stuff on there. There was one time that we were going to the valley, and Roman was real quiet in the back, and I wouldn't hear him, so I thought, well, he's probably asleep. He got to a gas station, and he got out, and he was on his phone. I said, "Hey, dude, we're going to go get something. You want something?" "No, but I'm good right now." I came back out, and I looked at the TikTok. Well, we did pass a station wagon, an old station wagon, bro, that had wood paneling on the outside, kind of like the Griswolds from National Lampoon. That National Lampoon from Chevy Chase. Well, we found that station wagon, boy. He filmed them while we were driving. He filmed them while we were passing them up, and then he found that song, "Holiday Road," and he puts it on there, and everybody starts laughing, dude. I'm like, "A la madre." Y luego una vez íbamos para el valle otra vez. We're headed to the valley, and there's this truck que estaba completamente llena. Iba para el otro lado, of course.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it.
Iba para el otro lado la troca, of course, to Mexico. Y estaba toda la troca completamente llena y tenía como una silla arriba. And I took the video of that one, and I put the song on there. The first thing you know, just a millionaire. The folks said, "Hey, no, wait a minute." Y lo puse de los Beverly Hillbillies, dude. Hombre, una risa, caro.
Sí, y eso que no se le cayó la bike. I'm looking at it, and the bike is literally...
Hombre, está todo amarrado ahí, pero you're not going to be able to take that knot off.
Y eso que el mecate está dragging on the floor.
No, deja tú, no uso ni mecate, es un hilo para coser, chinga, como quiera amarro todo.
Hey, no, hombre, the crazy things you see out in the road, man.
Sí, and as always, we're always talking, you know, making everybody laugh when we're on the bus or whatever. We're always making everybody laugh, and you can never say anything. Now we're on a podcast, right? I can say whatever I want to.
Yeah,
right?
you can say whatever you want, man. Hey,
okay,
there ain't no filters around here.
Aquí estamos en el bus, brother. We're on the bus. And when we're on the tour bus, ahí vamos para las tostadas y la fregada. And you can never, en frente de la raza, you can never give anybody else a compliment. Nada. Porque as soon as you give somebody a compliment or something like that, ahí viene Jungbug or alguien. No, mámalo, güey. Mámalo, cómprale Whataburger. You can never give anybody a compliment, bro. Porque de volada la raza, especially la raza del Valle, bro. Así la somos los del Valle. Porque whatever they say, hombre, piensas aquí el vato toca, mámalo, güey, cómprale casa. And it's like that, bro. Estamos bien locos, bro. It's just funny as hell, bro. It's funny as hell being on the road.
Yeah, man, it is. I remember it was with the, you know, with the Crazy Pimps one time.
Sí.
And, hombre, I don't know if he wants me. I don't know if he wants me to share this or not, but you know, I'll just keep it on the DL for now. It was me and the drummer Sonny, and esa noche we had opened up for Sólido, and no me recuerdo el nombre del sound engineer. But he was saying something. They were like, hey, bro, ¿quieres que te dé un beso para que no estés en amargado?
It's just funny, dude. We do that all the time. Like me. Remember how I told you that I warm up my vocals, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm over there warming up my vocals, and I'm blowing into the balloon and exhaling, blowing into the balloon and exhaling. Y pasa Ernie, the accordion player. He passes by and he goes, todo joto.
Sóplale.
Sí, he always told me, he goes, todo joto. And then one time, I was brushing my teeth. You know, we're in the hotel room. I'm brushing my teeth. And you know how you brush your tongue because that's where most of the bad breath happen, huh?
Yeah.
On your tongue. So I was brushing my tongue, and I guess I fucking, I don't even want to say it, porque I brushed too far to the back. I brushed too far to the back, and I go, he's learning, hey, man, if you were a chick, dude, you'd suck.
I remember I told that to a buddy of mine. You know, I was helping out a local man back home in Florida, and yeah, he was brushing his teeth, and you know, he went too far back, and I mean, hey, it happens. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say this, Ira. I was born. I was born with the defect. Okay, I was born with the defect. Nobody can see it. You know, you have a filter between from your ear to your mouth. Everybody has one. Well, some people have one. Hey, I don't have it, bro. And for some reason, he went like that. I was like, hey, you're supposed to breathe through your nose.
Yo te digo, bro, te digo. Ay, hombre, te digo. Especially la raza te saca la garra de volada.
Yeah.
It's always been like that, bro. Te sacamos la garra de volada. But it's been fun, bro. Being on the road, it's fun, brother. I enjoy every minute of it. These are memories, brother, that you're never gonna forget.
Yeah, man, you're never gonna forget things like that, man, because you know, I've been on the road a few times and no, hombre, como se llevan, and bro, it's like, even if you're, you know, meeting somebody new for the first time, like me, when I, again, man, going back to when, you know, we performed together, man, Ray was, you know, he was the crazy guy, and, you know, he made you feel welcome, like if, you know, he knew you for years, like if he knew me for years, man, and we're just, yeah, man, he's funny,
brother, he's funny because the fact is that, hey, I don't know, Ray, there's so many things, man, so many stories. I can tell you about Ray, man, pero no tenemos bastante tiempo, brother, pero he is so freaking hilarious, brother. Te trae pura risa y risa from when you get in the bus, you get off the bus. Te trae pura risa, man.
Sí. No, man, you have to have you have to have a good time porque, you're away from the family, you're away from loved ones, man, and, you don't know what could happen.
Yeah, of course. And that's what we always tell, that's what we always tell our families and all that. We always tell them the same thing. They go, dame un abrazo, dame un beso, because I don't know if I'll come back. I mean, this might be the last time I see you. So always give me a hug, always give me a kiss. Si me que me quieres or whatever, yo tengo que te quiero, whatever, because the fact that you never know. We might be going to the road y nosotros vamos bien, pero somebody else might be having a bad day, or they might be drunk or whatever. They T-bone us and we all end up dying. I mean, there's no telling. Yeah. Always make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them, brother, because you don't know when your last day here is going to be.
Yeah, man, you never know what's going to happen, bro. And again, I mean, I don't want to, this is, all about, the Homeboyz and ELIAS, and I don't want to make it about me, right? But, I've seen a lot of crazy things, man. Trucks flip over, accident trucks on fire, man, and I'm like, man, how, and things like that.
It just makes you realize how fortunate you are to still be able to see these things for your own eyes and still be here.
Yeah, man, exactly.
Yeah, está difícil, brother, está difícil, man. Most people don't realize, how hard it is to be on the road, because we enjoy what we do, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, we always worry about, are we going to come back from this gig? Are we not going to come back from this gig? Are we going to be killed on the road? I mean, there's so many musicians already that I can't even count on one hand, brother, that passed away from being on the road and everything like that. And it's crazy, brother. It's crazy.
Yeah,
we've lost too many musicians already.
Yeah, and that's just usually, man, because I mean, somebody coming home or leaving the club, and you never know, if he's had too much or he's just in a bad mood, como dices, or most of the time, bro, is usually when people fall asleep behind the wheel, man.
That's the number one cause of it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Anger is the second one, but the first one is definitely falling asleep at the wheel, brother.
Yeah.
That's the main cause of it. I don't know. That's the deal, man. This is a good interview, brother. I like this interview.
I appreciate it, man.
We got deep into the conversation.
I know for sure, man. Hey, ELIAS, man. I want to let me get a situation. I want to play a game. And
I'm not good at games, brother. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna say that right now. I'll lose that. When you think heads or tails, I lose that shit all the time.
No. This is different. This is for the people out there that really don't know the industry and behind the scenes of what happens, behind the scene.
Yeah.
So the name of the game is, what excuses have you heard for promoters not to pay?
Hey, nos fue muy mala la noche, güey. We didn't really get that many people in here today. That's the number one. That's the number one, brother. The number one is, nos fue muy mal, güey. And there was like 800 people in the club.
Hey.
Nos fue muy mala la noche. Nos fue bien mal de madre. But it's funny though, because majority of them pretty much just joke around with us like that. They will say that.
Yeah, and again, man, I don't want to go back to como dice, why are you bringing up old shit? That night you guys performed in Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah.
And it's happened to me, bro. One that I will always remember is, it happened to me by the same guy that, the same promoter that brought out the Hometown Boys that night. Where he handed you guys a fake check.
Oh, I heard about about that one. See, I heard about that one. I didn't necessarily know what had happened, but I did hear about that one porque Bobby fue el que me dijo.
Yeah.
I heard about that one, brother. I've heard about that one. And Bobby como quiera, brother. See, here's the one thing that I can never say bad about the Hometown Boys, brother, is that Bobby, no matter what happened to them, they always make sure that they paid us.
Yeah.
No matter what, they tenían sus ahorros, so whatever was there, they still paid us. And they had to figure out how they were going to get, their money back. But yeah, they always ended up paying us, no matter what.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, I've heard a lot of excuses, man, and I've heard one. The very first one that I heard was, "Hey, man, I was at my very first quinceañera, and I go up to at the end of the night, I goes, hey, bro, it's time, time to pay up." He's like, I gave my compadre the money to give to you, man, and I don't see him. Well, it's not your, I didn't make the deal with your compadre. I made it with you, so you're gonna have to pay up.
Exactly.
And no, they didn't want to pay up, so like, ya sabes como son los, you know how we are, man. 'Cause, hey, you paying me one way or another. And no, sí, and it's not, okay, está bueno. Hey, this is a nice looking table right here. So.
Mira, todas las televisiones que están aquí colgadas están con madre, las televisiones.
Hey, that chandelier looks good in my living room.
Sí, no, deja tú, it's gonna look good in my bathroom.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've heard that one before también, man. We're like, yeah, man, the night didn't go so good. And I'm like, it didn't go so good.
Sí, it's always been like that, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's always been like that, bro. It's always been like that.
Yeah, man. And that's the one I will always remember, because I was like, are you serious? And we were getting ready to announce you guys to go up on stage, and I heard a commotion, and all of a sudden it's, hey, man, this was a fake check, and what's going on? Yeah, man, I remember that one.
Yeah, I do remember that one. Pero no me acuerdo más o menos qué pasó after that, because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Yo andaba bien mamado. Me ponía bien mamado.
I remember that night. I remember that you got off stage and you were in the van, because it was cold out. It was in December. It was in December. You were in the van and you're like, bro, I'm gonna get frostbite. Hey, it's Florida weather, bro. It's Florida weather. And I remember Anthony, Big Show, Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, and I told him, hey, bro, you want some tacos? Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get some for the whole band. And the lady was serving. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna pay. Yeah.
Dude, that stuff happens, bro. It happens on the road, man. You have a good time on there.
All right, time to do sound check, bro. Now, hey, man, if they want to know where to get some music or where to check you guys out, where can they go, man?
Well, everywhere on Facebook, brother. We are on Facebook. We were on Instagram. We were on Snapchat. We were on TikTok. We're on Twitter. I mean, you name it. We're on OnlyFans. Estamos donde quiera, brother.
And OnlyFans, hey, you got to check that out porque,
Sí, no, te digo. Ahí donde están los privados, brother. Ahí donde están los privados.
Hey, OnlyFans is la fruta prohibida, bro.
Es la fruta prohibida, brother. It really is. No, but thank you so much, brother, for the interview, man. It was awesome catching up with you, brother.
All righty, man. That's ELIAS Arredondo, man. Thank you for sparing the time to do this with me, man, and I appreciate it so much, brother, man. Thank you so much, and hasta la próxima.
Thank you, brother. Call me later on.
All righty, brother. You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was ELIAS Arredondo from the Homeboyz. You guys can always check us out, and it's going to be uploaded here in a few bits, because, you have to do all this. But ladies and gentlemen, True Players Entertainment, DJ Mr. Biggs, los vemos hasta la próxima. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You can go ahead and look for us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Ahí lo miramos hasta la próxima. Thank you so much for tuning in. True Players Podcast.
And that's all, folks.